Welcome to Provo, Utah, Lavelle Edwards Stadium, home to the 1984 national champion BYU Cougars, and this, one of the more intimidating venues in all of college football. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, a team ready to put on a show, taking on the 23rd ranked team in the land, the BYU Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And just about set to get this season underway. All the planning and practice, and we're about to get busy right now. And now we'll get a look at this offense for the first time today. And this wide receiver, he's the linchpin to the offense. They want to make sure they find a multitude of ways to get him the football.
And it's a risk-reward scenario on defense when you're trying to cover this guy, Reese, because you play man coverage, you're risking running by you and catching deep balls, you play too much zone, and then he can hurt you after the catch. A lot of different ways that this guy is very dangerous.
Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
Fumbles are great when you force them, and you're always thinking about as a defensive player, man, when the weather conditions start to come down, it starts to rain, and you know that ball's a little bit slick, and you know more runs are coming. You really try to get to that football. Nice job getting the football out, falling on top of it, forcing the turnover.
First down for the offense. Quick completion to the right. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. The Cougars are in the hurry up.
Second down.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He makes a catch. Strikes the blow. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Lets it go to the end zone, and that pass intercepted. The 50, the 30, the 20. Touchdown. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too, now. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They're about to kick it away in the defense zone 10. He'll try to help out their field position. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense
fires into traffic. It's picked off. And they didn't give him much on the return, but they are in prime scoring position at the 22.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
excellent field position here for the offense. From the shotgun, the inside give. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
The jet sweep pass. Almost got to the sticks on third down. Able to pick up 6, but they're looking at a 4th and 1. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. They give to the big fullback. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. No problem for the offense there. They just took care of business.
And you practice these situations nowadays, you know you're going to go for it on 4th most of the time. 4th and 1, you feel very confident.
Takes it into the end zone for a touchdown.
One thing this team has shown earlier this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point makes it 14-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Fires to the big fella. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it.
On 3rd and long, you know what's coming. It's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the 4th down.
Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Catch is made at the 15. He's got great speed. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. To the ground with the back. Trucks through the defender. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Power football with the run. Knocked down at the 29-yard line. Picked up 15 yards on the play, and he's got a first down. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. First down to start the drive after the break. Leaves it with the running back. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Right back to him on the ground. He gets it across the 25 to the 24. Give him 5 on the carry.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Really tough run there. He got 4. That'll leave him a yard short on 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. Give to the big fullback. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
I'm not a huge analytics guy, but on 4th and 1, if you're going to get pushed like that from your O-line, I say go for it every time.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. Relying on the run, he gets a couple before he's knocked down. Ball's at the 13.
Brings up 2nd down.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the back. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. The give to the fullback. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
Well, how about that play call? 3rd down, turn it around, hand it to the big fella, your fullback, and he does the work to get the 1st.
Trying to punch it in. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
And that's 3 touchdowns in 2 games. Just continuing to find the end zone, continuing to make plays. This guy is on pace for a great season. He's put the college football world on notice.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the 2nd half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Palmer. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. And after the loss on that last one, an all-important 2nd down play from the 12. He's looking to throw. Shoots it to the left. It's caught. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Wants to throw on 2nd down. Scrambling away. He's going to run it. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. 3rd and short now from their own 48. Looking to throw for it. Getting some heat. And the defense gets to the quarterback. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Quick handoff. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. From the gun, running back gets to give. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we great atmosphere today. This offense might honestly take more time to talk about what didn't work than what did. The running game, the passing game, gadget plays have worked. Now it's just a matter of finishing the job. And with that, let's send it back to our broadcast team inside LaVell Edwards Stadium.
Kickoff and kickoff return teams on the field, and we're just about ready to go in the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6. And after the loss on that last one, an all-important 2nd down play from the 12. Hard-hitting tackle. And the Cougars want to move quickly. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. And BYU will get the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He knew the heat was coming. He had to get rid of it in a hurry, and he did so beautifully.
Perfectly. I don't need a big gain. I don't need to hold on to this football because the longer I hold on to it with the blitz coming, the worse things are going to happen. I just need a few yards for the 1st down, get it out of my hand, get the 1st down.
On the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Leaves it with the back. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down. The Cougars are marching down the field. They're getting this guy lathered up. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Running back searching for a hole. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield. Pick up 10 and the 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
Big loss on the last play threatens to knock this drive off course. It's 2nd and 16. The give to the tailback. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. From the gun, wants to pass. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
You can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. No opportunity to run it back as the ball goes out of bounds. So, guys, we'll see this offense again. Line gets set, 1st down. Give to the back. Just buried it.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get 1st downs, and ultimately get some points.
From the gun, the give, looking for room. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's the handoff. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. Didn't get much on 1st down, it's 2nd and 9. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Still on his feet at the 45. Nothing but green ahead. And into the end zone for a touchdown.
Well, this offense looked unstoppable in the 1st half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the 2nd half. They take their 1st drive of the 3rd quarter, marching down the field and score. There's no end in sight for these guys.
Getting set for the point after. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he knows how to finish in style, a 66-yarder to the house. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
They say pressure bust pipes. This quarterback can attest to that. Goodness gracious, they're getting after him all day. There's a reason they're behind. Pressure the quarterback goes a long way to getting the W.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Offense facing 4th down. Number 12, on to kick it away.
Will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Hauls it in, looking for space. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. And now this offense will take the field again. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll go to the ground. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And it's just simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. It's 3rd down, and the line to gain is the 36. Wide out in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. This is hardly a surprise after converting their first 2 fourth down attempts. They'll try it again. Sticks it in his belly. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? First down for this offense. Looking to move it through the air. Setting up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Offense in a bunch formation. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. A strike downfield. There he goes to the right. Touchdown, Cougars. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
On to attempt the try.
The kicker is on for the extra point.
The extra point is good, but they're still down 28-7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, a very interesting scene playing out right now in this marquee top 25 matchup. Penn State is currently trailing in this one, but there are more people in Beaver Stadium today than most American cities. The crowd alone can help turn this game. They're trailing by 11 to East Carolina. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll run the screen. Open space at the 25. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. They get him down, tough run, picks up 4, they'll mark it at the 19. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. The give out of the gun. And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. They'll go to the fullback. Tackled after picking up the 1st down.
And don't complicate things. Give it to the big fella. By the way, the fullback who blocks all the time, does all the dirty work. Hand it to him, let him plow ahead, Palmer, and get that 1st down.
Are we in a time warp? Like, what year is this? Is this 1995? We're handing off to fullbacks again. That's a play that is basically extinct now in college football, but I love it because it caught the defense off guard, able to get a nice one there.
Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Timeout is called by the offense, 16 seconds left in the game. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Quick pass on the fly motion. Punches it into the hallelujah land for a touchdown.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. So they take advantage of good starting field position, move the ball 35 yards, and they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be dragged down. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Trying to find his man on first down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out and start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another